Today we're going to do a video comparing the new 22mm speaker in Sabertrios and the outgoing 28mm speaker. There's a lot of buzz on the internet when this first happened. Sabertrio quietly changed the speaker in their lightsabers to a 22mm speaker. A lot of people are like, well, it's 22mm speaker, shouldn't be any better than a 28mm speaker, but numbers don't always tell the whole story. So today we're going to compare the outgoing 28mm speaker here in my Senza versus the new 22mm speaker in my crossguard here. So I've been curious about this. We're going to find out which one is truly the better speaker. So real quick, what I want to show you guys is the actual speaker themselves. So 28mm on your left, I guess, here with the Senza, and then the 22mm speaker here on the crossguard. You know, obviously going to be a difference here in resonance between the two pommels. So we're going to interchange the pommels to make sure it's a fair fight. This one is also featuring a Profi soundboard. This one's featuring a CFX soundboard. So there's going to be a bit of a difference there as well. But we'll put them through their paces. But I want to just quickly show you guys, hopefully the camera's doing that justice, the 28mm versus the 22. So there they are in their actual physical form. But what's really important is how they sound. So let's fire these things up and see which one is actually the better speaker. So let's go with the CFX and 28mm speaker first. We're going to go through the same sound fonts on both of them. So again, this is the 28mm speaker, outgoing speaker on the Senza. And you know, resonance has a lot to do with this, so like I mentioned earlier, we're going to switch out the pommels just to make sure it's a fair fight. $22mm speaker. Right away, to me, it's a bit punchier on the ignition and the retraction. So initially I feel like the 22mm speaker here wins in the ignition and retraction test. That sounds to me better than that does. Now let's do some swinging and see which one sounds better with the swings. 28mm speaker on this side, left side for you. Sounds good. Let's try now with the 22. Again, to me it sounds better with the 22mm. Let's try a different sound font.
Fourth edition.
Let's try a 22mm speaker here first. Let's just do ignition retraction. Okay, now 28mm. So again, initially, it sounds to me like the 22 has a punchier ignition and retraction. try another new sound font.
Kylo Ren.
So ignition on the 22 here. Traction, one more time. 28mm speaker. So yeah, that ignition sounds just a tad bit better on the 22. Let's try some swings here with the 28 first. I can't swing very well with my left hand. Sounds pretty good here with the 28mm speaker. Sounds just a tad better to me with the 22. Now, of course, this could have a difference to do with the pommels. Again, sound resonance is everything. So let's switch the pommels up. Okay, so fun fact, the crossguard pommel doesn't fit onto the Senza. So we can't use the crossguard pommel on the Senza, but I put the Senza pommel onto the crossguard here so we can vice versa between the two. To be honest, it's even louder. It's louder with the Senza pommel on the crossguard with the 22mm speaker. That's crazy. Yikes, that's nice. Okay, and we're back here with the Senza with its own pommel back on, just to do a little more comparison here. Still sounds really good. But I think that new 22mm speaker in the crossguard and all new Sabertrios, it's a bit better. It's louder, it's crisper, bassier. So yeah, I can't really see too much of a big difference to not want the new 22mm speaker versus the outgoing 28mm speaker. So there you go, guys. This is the battle between the 28mm speaker and the outgoing Sabertrio lightsabers versus the new 22mm speaker in all new Sabertrio lightsabers. In my opinion, the 22 is a bit better. As Sabertrio would only ever do is improve their product. The 28mm speaker and outgoing, or older Sabertrio sabers is still great, but the new 22, they did that for a reason. So overall, I think the 22 is great and a nice improvement to the saber. So hope you guys enjoyed that video, that comparison. Let me know in the comments down below about what you think. What did you hear? What did you see? And yeah, so that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy holidays to you and your family, and thanks for stopping by the channel. May the Force be with you.